Hello, everybody. Welcome to Voices Big and Small. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about Vancouver-based voice actress Willow Johnson. Many of you know her mostly from, of course, her role as Kikyo on Inuyasha, as well as probably Lala the from Mobile Suit Gundam. We're going to look at her roles and credits over the years. Um, and without no further ado, let's get going. So let's get some of the basic information out of the way first. Willow Johnson is a Canadian voice actress who has worked in Vancouver voicing characters in English language versions of anime and cartoons. She is best known for voicing Kasumi Tendo in Rama One Half, Lala Sune in the Mobile Suit Gundam series, Kikyo in Inuyasha, and Starlight in My Little Pony Tales series. Her first role in animation was when she was 12 years old in a Canadian show called Camp Candy. Those of you who are probably my age or around my age probably remember Camp Candy because it was part of the NBC Saturday morning block. It, of course, starred the late comedian John Candy as a camp counselor. Um, so she was involved in that cartoon. Um, she is married to musician Ken Latour and has one child. Now, of course, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk a bit about Willow Johnson because I just thought the name is very pretty. Willow like a weeping willow. And she's done a number of good characters, so I wanted to um, go over those and highlight those for everybody in case you hadn't actually caught any of her works. So here we go. So her first role, as we stated, came in about 1989 when she was cast in the role of Vanessa on Camp Candy, the Canadian cartoon show starring John Candy, as I just went over. Um, a couple minutes ago. Moving forward, as we go into 1991, she was cast as Muffy in Funky Fables, another cartoon, obviously. Um, and then as we move ahead to 1992, she was cast, of course, as Starlight in My Little Ponytails, in the My Little Ponytails story. And then as we move ahead to 1993, she was cast in Rama One Half, the Ocean dub, as the English voices of Kasumi Tendo, Sayuri, and Nabiki Friend B. Then, as we move ahead in 1995, she was cast in Fatal Fury. She was cast in Fatal Fury: Legend of the Hungry Wolf as the English voice of Lily McGuire. She would then reprise her role as Lily McGuire in the 1995 animated movie Fatal Fury: The Motion Picture. Among her other roles, of course, in 1993, she was, aside from the season one of, she also reprised her role as Kasumi Tendo in Rama One Half OVAs, as well as the movie Rama One Half Big Trouble in Con, the Conrun in Conrun, China, 1994, as well as being reprising a role as Kasumi Tendo in Rama One Half Nyaho, My Concubine. Aside from the Fatal Fury series that I talked about, she would reprise her role in Rama One Half Anything Goes Martial Arts Season 2, as Kasumi Tendo. Um, and she was also cast in the Ogre Slayer OVA as Moeko. Then, as we move ahead to 1996, she reprised the role as Kasumi Tendo in the third season of Ranma 1/2, as well as being cast in the Please Save My Earth OVA as the English voice of the nun. She was also cast in the English dub of the Galaxy Express 999 movie Ryuzu. Or, I'm sorry, she was cast in the English dub of Galaxy Express 999 movie as the English voice of Ryuzu. Also, and then as we move ahead to 1997, she was cast as the English voice of Toyoko Mina in the OVA Key the Metal Idol. In 1998, in season 4 of Ranma 1/2, she would reprise her role again as Kasumi Tendo. In 1999, she was cast as, she would once again reprise her role as Kasumi Tendo in the 5th season of Ranma 1/2. Also in 1999, she was cast as the English voice of Saz Higgins in Brain Powered. Brain Powered was a kind of a mecha slash space odyssey type anime you guys might want to check out. Then, as we get into 2000, she was cast in Card Captors as the English voice of Ruby Moon and Vicky's friend, as well as she was cast also as the English voice of Yukari Uchida in Esclaflowne. Yeah, in 2000 she was cast as Ruby Moon and Nakuru Akizuki. Well, I guess Nakuru is her Japanese name. Then in 2001, aside from reprising her role as Kasumi Tendo in the season 6 of Ranma 1/2, she was also cast as the English voice of Lala Sune in the ocean dub of Mobile Suit Gundam. In 2002, she would reprise her role as Kasumi Tendo, as well as playing Sayuri in season 7 of Ranma 1/2, Ranma Forever. She would also reprise her role as Yukari in the Esclaflowne movie. She would also in 2002 reprise her role as Lala Shun in Mobile Suit as the English voice of Lala Shune in Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack movie. English dub of that. Okay, so anyways, as we move in, then as we get further into 2002, um, let's see, Willow would be cast as the English voice of Kikyo in Inuyasha. It's one of her big roles, as well as being cast as the English voice of Hugo Gilbert in Project Arms. Project Arms is basically kind of a horror slash mecha anime involving basically weaponry that was attached to people. Basically, pretty interesting stuff. Um, let's see. We move ahead to 2003. Oh, by the way, Willow's role in Project Arms as Hugo Gilbert, she was a telepath in that. So I need to check out. Let's see. In 2003, she would reprise her role as Lala Sune in the Mobile Suit Gundam Encounters in Space video game, as well as being cast in. She was cast in the animated movie Ben-Hur as Terza and Mary. Then she would be cast in the English dub of Boys Over Flowers as Subaki Domyoji. Let's see. She would then reprise her role as Lala Sune in the Mobile Suit Gundam video game Encounters in Space. Then in 2004, she was cast as the English voice of Sayaka Toa in Dragon Drive, which is another interesting kind of otherworld adventure type anime in which you had it was kind of a VR type game in which people would be like kind of dragon riders. So one to check out. Also in 2004, she would reprise her role as Kikyo in the Inuyasha movie Affections Touching Across Time, as well as the video game Inuyasha: The Secret of the Cursed Mask. Also in 2004, she would she would be cast as the English voice of Tamako in Mega Man NT Warrior Access. She would also be cast. She would also reprise her role as Kikyo again for an Inuyasha the movie, The Castle Beyond the Looking Glass. And in 2005, she was cast she was cast in the English dub of Human Crossing as Kyoko Kawa and Mother on a Train. Human Crossing is probably one of the few episodic animes you guys might want to check out. It doesn't necessarily follow as much a serial storyline. It's more of a like episodic type anime. One of the few that's out there in which you're kind of following a bunch of different stories, kind of all interplaying on each other. One you might want to check out. Also in 2005, she was cast in the English dub of Tokyo Underground as Shalma Roofs and Controller. She was cast in in the English dub of Star Ocean EX as Opera Vectra. She was also cast in the English dub of Meizani Koku in 2005 as Yagami's friend and Yagami's friend number 2, Kozue's friend number 1. Meizani Koku is a nice slice of life romantic one. Kind of one of the longer animes at 96 episodes. For those of you who like romance stories with a few interesting little twists in there, I would highly recommend Meizana Koku. It's a pretty good story in there that pretty good to check out. Star Ocean EX is another space odyssey type anime, and then Tokyo Underground is kind of a underground otherworldly type anime. It's got a um pretty good opening and ending themes as well. So you guys might want to check that out. And of course, also in 2005, she would reprise her role as Kikyo in the Inuyasha feudal combat video game. We move ahead to 2006. She would reprise her role as Kikyo in Inuyasha 4 Fire on the Mystic Island. She would reprise her role as the English voice of Kikyo in that movie, Fire on the Mystic Island. Then, as we move ahead to 2007, she would reprise her role as Lala Sune in the Dynasty Warriors Gundam video game. Also, in 2007, she would be cast in the English dub of Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tales, Goddess of the Dark Tower, as the English voice of Tomihime. Then, as we move ahead to 2009, she would reprise her role as Lala Sune again in Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 video game. As we continue moving ahead there. Also in 2009, she was cast in the movie Barbie and the Three Musketeers as Aramina. And then in 2012, she would reprise her role as Kikyo in Inuyasha, the final act. Let me see if there's any other roles that I may have missed there. Just double checking this to make sure I got everything I possibly could. And pretty much that's it. That's everything. Wow, yeah, that's everything. That she's been involved with in animation, video games, and stuff like that. Sure, many of you have heard her voice before. As I will always say, as I always say, if you do like her work, then what you would want, and you really want to meet her and ask her about her work and stuff, the best way to do that when cons start becoming active again, after this pandemic, is to go ahead and contact your local cons and ask them to invite her. I'm sure she'd appreciate your fanfare. Also, in the meantime, while we all are still in lockdown or not going out as much, it'd be a good time to get caught up on some of her work. If you guys want to check out some of her work and get caught up on it. And with that, guys, if you check the link below, if you want to contact me directly, my Discord link is down there. You can always direct message me on Discord, and you can check out the Discord and join the Discord if you'd like. Also, I'm still promoting a bunch of different dub companies, like Ocean Studios up in Vancouver, Willow's work, obviously. Also, I'm still promoting the GoFundMe's. As always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. If you have the means to and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, then you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. Sharing is caring, and you never know. Maybe somebody in your circle of friends may see it, and may decide they want to help too. And with that, guys, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the conversation with you guys, as long as it's civil and respectful, of course. I hope you guys will, find this information informative, and hopefully it'll help expand your interest in a lot of these voice actors and actresses' work. Let's see, and let's see, and as I said, best thing you guys can do is, during this time, you can catch up on Willow's work if there are some things that I mentioned in there that you haven't seen before. Maybe track them down if you'd like, catch up on their work. And if you're a fan of hers, go ahead and contact and you want to meet her, contact your local cons and ask them to invite her. And with that, I will see you guys. Hopefully, I will see you guys at the premiere of this episode on Friday. And if not, I will see you on Monday. Bye.